Hi guys, welcome back to.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Hi guys, welcome back to.
Hi guys, welcome back to.
Hi guys, welcome back to.
Welcome back to Money Medics. Well, actually, welcome back to our Money Medics YouTube page.
And we've had such a great response to the Daily Mail article, the Sun article, our stories. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
No, but there's still more guys. So
Don't go anywhere.
like buying a property is just the first part. No one talks about the aftermath. I don't know if you guys noticed the period of time where we didn't do soft launches. We weren't going to the soft launches ourselves. I stopped going for a period of time.
Cash was tight.
Yeah, not for you, for me.
Well, not for me.
But yeah, like I think from my perspective, I think once you get your place, I think the first step is decluttering. I can't really talk on that because like I've got so many clothes. I give them in my mum's house and here.
I'm still at home. He has a wardrobe. And this is not like them small wooden, it's like, you know, the massive IKEA slide wardrobe.
Still there in his mum's house.
Yeah. You've moved like 4 times.
Yeah, I've actually moved 4 times in the past 2 years. And when I say that to people, they think, what the hell? Like, why? For various different reasons, mainly, different reasons. Saving money, and then I bought my house, and then I moved back to ends. And one thing that really helped, because moving is it's such a workload, especially when you're doing it alone. Like I've got muscles now.
Look at this gram.
Oh my gosh! I got rid of so many different things. So much of my clothes, shoes. You know, we had matching Timbs once. I wasn't really wearing them. Had to get rid of them. On Gumtree. I've sold so many different things on Gumtree. You actually can make money from it as well. Recycling. So H&M do this thing where if you give back bags of clothes, they'll give you a £5 voucher. There was an app that you mentioned as well.
Yes, it's called Recycle Me app. We'll put it on the description below.
The link in the description.
It's quite good for if you want to get rid of old clothes.
Money
I think it's more like vouchers. You get like super dry vouchers or different types of vouchers to use.
Another thing actually, if you're getting rid of bulky items, so for example, in my place in Bristol, what was I getting rid of? One of the other places I lived in Bristol, I had to get rid of a wardrobe. Usually if you're getting rid of something bulky, you have to pay the council to come and collect it. Whereas if it's still in good use, you can actually just put it up on Gumtree and give it out for free and just say collection only. You know, they say one man's trash is another man's treasure. Some radiators that we basically changed all our radiators in our house, and obviously the radiators that were here before, we're just giving them away now. Someone's going to see that item and think, oh, actually this is something that I need and it's free, and they can basically come and take it away for you. Then you save that money from having to pay for the council to do it for you.
The next thing is draw up a budget in terms of
how much will each put towards
furnishing
the
place.
house. Yeah.
So you know exactly how much you want to spend when you're furnishing the place. I think in that year, I didn't buy my suit, I didn't go any holidays.
Didn't buy me any birthday presents or Christmas
What do you mean? I
presents.
took you to Savage London. I took you to Savage London for something. What are you talking about?
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, exactly. People forget.
When it's food, I just forget.
Yeah. So I do my budget. I remember this happened. That's a whole different story. Maybe I'll do a video in terms of like how I save for it.
I think for me, because obviously my place isn't ready for a couple of months.
This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want.
I've learned so much from both of their experiences. So what I've done, I've drawn up a really comprehensive spreadsheet. I've got different columns, and each column is literally like a room in the house. And I literally have all the items I'm gonna buy, and literally how much the maximum I'm gonna spend on each item. And then I also go onto different websites and I save the items in my saved list. So what happens is let's say for example there's a sale or whatever, they notify me if the price has gone down. Right guys, so this is Ashley. I'm currently shopping in the sales because I'm just trying to find some small electrical goods just to furnish my house with, and these sales are
Have you arrived?
mad. Look at that.
Are you there yet?
Everything is just half price. So I did that with Currys, I did that with Robert Dyers, I did that with Amazon as well. Because obviously most of these websites, they sell the same things. Obviously you want to make sure that you get the cheapest ones as well.
I
So
remember like we were having a conversation, like weighing up the cost between buying all the items during the sale period and also paying for storage.
I think the reason why I haven't opted for storage, because I have a new build, they keep pushing back the completion date. It's like the building site of where I'm going to be living in a couple of months. It's a new build, so they're still building it from scratch. I'm not gonna, obviously I don't want to insult the company, they're great. But I think I paid my reservation in February. I think the time that I paid for it, it said December. I literally just pushed it back all the way. I think now completion is like June. So hopefully you guys are going to see me in my place. It's going to be
Yeah,
summer.
we can save more money.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
Yeah, because I remember I was praying for it to be delayed.
Not all prayers are answered, sorry babe.
No, I was praying for delay so I could save even more.
So let's talk about the fun part of doing the house, which would be designing.
Yes. I happily quit my job to come. No, I wouldn't do that.
I think you would.
Hi guys, welcome back to Money Minute. As you can see today we're in IKEA.
Oh wow, you look really busy over there, isn't it?
Yeah, just
What are you working on?
on my imaginary computer.
I
See
actually
that,
think
yeah.
you.
Just to give you guys a rough story, I was looking online, like this was like after work, like late nights, whatever. I was quite intentional. 'Cause at the end of the day, right, I'm paying £750 for this mortgage. It's a liability in my balance sheet. So my purpose is to design this place and use it for commercial purposes. You can see like I was making an investment, so I wasn't trying to be bougie. So I got an interior designer. Lumbuck Kelly was our interior designer. So initially, I think the fee was £200. They come in
150.
250 pounds. They come in, do a consultation, measure your space and everything. That fee also includes like sourcing materials and styling and everything. But prior to that, what we did do, because we had, I don't have any sense of space and perception like Ashley as well.
I literally, if you ask me how tall, I don't, do I know? Okay, I know how tall I am. But anyone else, I don't know how tall, how wide, how small. I can't even see right now. I wear glasses.
Yeah, we got Eve's sister Beverly.
She is amazing. I'm not just saying that because she's my sister. My sister is amazing.
We'll just put the name at the
underscore.
bottom.
We'll put it there.
Yeah. So we got Eve's sister, she's an architect as well. Came in, she gave us like a model software in terms of how much space we have to play with.
Made a 3D design of the space, and what she created is basically what we've ended up with.
So we used Beverly to get a full view of the space, and then Kelly came in to measure it, kind of give us an idea. I gave her the concept I was going for was like an Art Deco type of luxe. Like if you want to take my approach in terms of doing that, you've got Lumbuck. If you don't want to pay for interior design services, I would use Swoon Design. They've got a free service. You've got West Elm. You can use those two different places just to kind of do different rooms to your house or whatever, just so when you are designing your place, it's coordinated.
And it fits the space as well. So anytime Kelly did suggest anything, I always put it past Beverly first.
And then like, I guess what really helped me as well is Pinterest. I don't know, I use Pinterest quite a bit, especially when we were creating the headboard in our bedroom.
I think for me, I think Nicholas recommended Pinterest. I found it so confusing. So I just scrapped the whole Pinterest. And what I did is I literally just got like a note up, and I had a title for each bedroom. Literally just, I think I spent 2 weeks literally trawling through Google Images and then sourcing the furniture. I won't lie to you, half the time when I sourced the furniture, I think there were some dining table chairs that I wanted. And I swear to God, when I found the actual price, I think it was like $13,000 for one dining.
Dollars?
$13,000 for a dining table chair. Obviously, I had to find the cheap alternative, which I did find. I just looked through Google Images. When I looked through Google Images and I found the description, what the piece of furniture was called, I would get that description, type that into Google search, look at all like the shops that sold that particular item. That's how I did mine. So a little bit like longer in regards to finding furniture.
But then it works out cheaper because you get what you want for cheapest.
Yeah.
Another thing, yeah, fair enough, it is like cheaper to do it yourself, etc. Apart from like, trying to monetize this place, another reason why I got an interior designer was based on doing some research, was that a lot of interior designers get trade discount. So when you think of places like Habitat, Swoon, all the different types of some furniture companies, an interior designer can actually help you get those things at a cheaper cost.
How
Reaching
cheap are we talking?
like
I
literally
think like 10-15% discount.
or even 20-30%.
Yeah.
On Habitat, there's 20% discount.
On Swoon, I think it was 15%.
Yeah. Another thing you also have to consider when you are moving place is the cost of labour. And then this will be determined by like the size of the place or how much work you want to get
What
done.
you need to do. Like, I think for me, for example, in my place, like everything was floorboarded except for the bedrooms. So obviously I had to pay to get the bedrooms floorboarded as well. They charged me £1,500, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And that was like, that's like the cost of like floorboarding like the whole house. And the issue was if I got it floorboarded after I moved in, I'd have to rip up the carpet, maybe like dismantle the wardrobe that the room it came with and then floorboard it. That was just too much hassle.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Cost of labour is expensive.
And then bear in mind, you usually have to pay them with cash. You can't use a credit card or any of that type of stuff.
You can't annex them.
Yeah,
Okay. No, Abby's fine, sorry.
So like, because I know for you, like Eve is a soldier.
To be fair, it wasn't that big of, like, it wasn't too much work. The people that lived in my house before I moved in, she owned two or three cats, I
7
can't remember.
cats.
There were 2 cats and they used to piss everywhere. And as soon as you walk in, you can smell, I mean, I love cats. You can literally smell the cat piss just into your nostrils. And I checked how much it would cost for someone from Carpet-Brite to take the carpets out for you. And it just wasn't worth it. So I just got a blade from B&Q and I just ripped up the carpets and rolled it up, threw it out myself. And, you know, I saved a lot on labour. And even little things like in this house, those shelves in the cupboard.
What's yours?
The shelves in the cupboard that I built.
Oh yeah, you did that. Oh
You
yeah,
was like
yeah.
a handy woman.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
And this bookshelf as well that I
Yeah, the
built.
bookshelf you built.
Do it
that.
yourself, yes.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm gonna hire you.
We assembled the dining table. I guess like the key takeaway, if there's certain things you can do yourself, do
Do it
yourself
yourself.
to save you money. Like I learned from my personal experience in terms of, because we repainted this whole place. I didn't do any painting because I remember in my room, when you come into my bedroom in my old house, you can
Oh
tell.
my gosh, you can tell he painted it himself.
Like, you know when like a toddler's like drawing and they just like draw outside the line?
I did try.
It wasn't that
You
bad.
tried, you
yeah.
tried.
Yeah, I did like watch a few YouTube videos, get the duct tape.
Do
and
not
stick it all
subscribe to the
around.
YouTube videos, thank you. I'm joking.
But yeah, so like just make sure if there's certain things you can do yourself, do it. If you can't, get someone else to pay for it. Because another thing we also use as well is use as many free consultations as possible. Don't take the piss, of course. But like also in terms of like getting the wardrobe as
Yeah,
well.
got that designed by a free
Hannah?
consultation.
Yeah,
We won't mention who they are. They came in, they quoted us, I think like 1,700 or something like that. They designed the wardrobe and everything. I was like, great design, but it's too expensive. We took that design, edited it a little bit, changed a few things, and took it to IKEA. Got a wardrobe for £400. So our mini walk-in wardrobe is ready. From IKEA, by the way. Saved a lot of money.
So at the end of the day, guys, so if you're doing up your place and it's brand new, or if you're trying to do a renovation in your house, they make use of free consultations in terms of radiators, plumbing, interior design. At the end of the day, no one knows everything. So, but getting the right people to talk to and to actually speak to them. Yeah, check a trade. Lots of plumbers, electricians, or tradesmen.
I think even at that also, like if like you're going for like the new build properties, just see like how many freebies you can get. Like I think when you guys were doing property, like all your work was for free.
Yeah, just all the kitchen goods. And I guess another thing we did learn, at least like from our close friend, is that even when you are buying a property or it's like the new build, I think sometimes what happens is, so we'll go through the property company, or go through the supplier, so you end up paying that extra charge. Our friend told us was that
She contacted them directly.
Okay.
She asked the people who worked at the company she got the house from, oh, where is this floor from, etc. But then she contacted the floor company directly and got their prices, because the house company were adding an extra like £1,000 on top of whatever it was the actual price was.
Yeah, so these are like things you can do to help reduce the initial cost when you're planning and designing a house. Now the next part is like, actually how you actually
Paying
pay
for it. Oh, that's another one. That was broke.
I guess the main thing is cash flow. As we mentioned before, like drawing up your budget in your mind, understanding, okay, what am I going to use cash for? A credit card, finance, using all three of them in a strategic way. Because like I said before, when you're paying your tradesman, I think our labour came up to
altogether about £3,000.
Yeah, well, that's how much I labour, and then that's cash. Those people, I know people can be quite hesitant about getting a credit card. I got 2 credit cards. The first credit I got another Amex card because I knew by buying all the different bits and pieces of the house, I'm going to be spending a lot of money. The other credit card I got, I'll explain a bit later in the episode. But so I got the American Express Blue card on the basis that I knew I was going to be spending quite a lot of money buying different bits and pieces. Because at the end of the day, right, it's about making your cash work harder. So instead of using £2 grand, £3 grand of my own money in my current account, I used that, I knew how much it was, and I'll just pay it straight away the following month.
Bearing in mind, some of these cards offer like a 0% interest on your balance for like anywhere from 12 to 24 months. So you can use that as opposed to getting a loan, which you have to pay back with interest. So,
Which is exactly what I did. Not the loan, the 0%. So initially, like I've said before, I wanted to put a 5% deposit on my house. I couldn't. I had to put a 10% deposit. So all the money that I saved for decorating, I no longer had. And I was thinking, how am I going to decorate this house with no money? But a few months prior to completing, I did get a credit card. It was a Barclays card with, I think, 12 months, 0% interest. When I realised that I was broke and I didn't have money to decorate, I called up Barclays, asked them to increase the credit limit to, I think, £5,000. And then I started spending using that credit card. I spent on the credit card everything that I needed to buy, and then was just paying back like £500 a month for the year until I eventually got down to 0.
So in terms of applying for finance, so this is the time value of money. So look out for companies who are offering 0% interest on their goods. So for example, when we bought our IKEA wardrobe, the wardrobe and a few bits and pieces, it was £700. Instead of paying the £700, we got it on finance to help control our cash flow when we were paying for different items. So it ended up being like £60 a month.
Just to clarify this idea of cash flow, what we mean is that, let's say for example, you've got £10,000 in your account, rather than paying £10,000 on a sofa, that's ridiculous, I'm just saying, and then you end up with 0 in your account and you have to wait until next month before you can buy something else. You can instead put something on a credit card, finance option, anything you choose, and then maybe you'll be paying £200 a month for that, and then you can pick another item and then pay £200 a month for that, and then you pay small amounts over a longer period of time, which means that you're never at a point where you have absolutely 0 in your account. So then if anything happens where your boiler breaks down, that's my go-to example. You've always got money in your reserve somewhere, so don't just blow all your money and have absolutely 0.
I guess, like, to my point, why I was more of an advocate for finance was, from a disciplinary point of view, or knowing myself, I felt that if I got a credit card and I got its 0% interest, there'll be that propensity for me to continue to spend on it, whereby with an interest payment, there's no flex. You know that every month it comes to the account regardless. But bearing in mind, guys, I got rejected for finance. Yeah, Money Maniacs got rejected for finance. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, man, I've bought all these items and why am I going to pay for it? So I then took Eve's approach and got this Barclays card, interest-free credit card. It was spread over like 27 months. So I used it, put all the items on it. Every month without fail, I'm paying the amount I owe on the card. Another thing is,
if you don't want to use that, obviously you can just use
cash. For me personally, I always prefer to pay for things up front if I can. If not, then I prefer 0%, whatever it is, just 0% anything. I try to avoid interest as much as I can.
So now that we discussed like just the methods of buying stuff, so I guess when you are buying items for the house, is trying to get it for as cheap as possible. One thing that Swoon does is they do their sample sale, usually around the summer. I'm a dedicated guy, man, you know, sales is important. So framing some of your purchases around like Black Friday sales, summer sales, the Christmas sales.
I got everything in my house pretty much on sale.
I guess another point is, obviously you're not gonna at least some people are not as evil, would move into the place if there's nothing there.
I did, in fact. I was sleeping on concrete. It was absolutely freezing.
Oh my
if I didn't
God.
care.
I didn't move into the place straight away. One thing you can do when you're first moving into a place is actually contacting the council and applying for an exemption. So the fact that you haven't moved in and you're still going to be furnishing it, some councils give you either 3 to 6 months. That saved me a lot of money. And then also contacting a gas and electric provider. So they may be quoting you the consumption rate as if you were living in the place. So I contacted them to reduce all the prices. The other point to bear in mind in terms of paying for stuff is actually asking tradesmen you do use for the trade discount. So like B&Q do trade.
NNC tiles. No, NNC don't do trade.
Yeah, it's based on bulk buying. You get 33%.
No, they were giving everyone 33% discount.
I thought the lady was just nice to me.
Lastly, what it is, I know all these things are great, but it's really important that you actually take the time and you sit down and you just draw up a brand new budget that, you know, represents this brand new lifestyle. So if I just use myself for example, and just to kind of like prepare myself, you know, financially and mentally, I've actually drafted a brand new budget which accounts in everything from like ground rent to literally my internet, and also kind of just cutting out the old payments, things that I will no longer be paying for, obviously when I move into my new place. So that is just as important.
Yeah, that pretty much rounds up, guys. So hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And stay tuned out for more.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye, guys.